what's up? My ninja Shinobi here with another BlizzCon 2013 update for you. I've put out some trailer stuff, some sneak peek stuff, and you guys really like that. And if you want to watch that stuff and you haven't seen it yet, just follow the playlist right down below in the description. I'll have all my BlizzCon videos up there and ready for you to go. I've been trying to get as much information as I can about everything, as much Diablo 3 stuff as I can, the new Heroes of the Storm stuff that's out, the information that's out, the Hearthstone stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I've been getting a lot of information. I mean, this is just for this video alone right here, and that's just this piece of paper, and that's quite a lot of notes that are there. So we're going to try and get into everything. It's not going to take too long, but just hear me out on all this stuff, and maybe I'll have some pictures and stuff like that on the screen for you that you can see some of the stuff that I'm referring to. So what is it exactly that we're talking about in this video? Well, we're talking about adventure mode. Now, what is adventure mode? Well, there's two kinds of modes in Diablo 3 in Reaper of Souls. Right now we know the campaign mode, where you pick a quest and you go to an act and you progress through the story, and that's pretty much how we farm right now. That's how we get our items. But in adventure mode, it's going to be a better way of farming. It's more of an endgame thing to do. It's going to be the new way to farm loot and get gold and find items and such. So how does it work and what's in it? Well, the way we had it before, where you just, you scroll throughout the acts and you find out, okay, I'm going to go to Act 3, kill Asmodan quest, and then go farm here and do Keep Depths 2 over and over and over again. That kind of idea is kind of gone now. It's not going to be as efficient to farm like that anymore, and it's going to be more efficient to do the adventure mode. So what you're going to have is one map where it shows you all these waypoints spread out through all the acts, all 5 acts. And you can go to whatever areas to farm, and you can do whatever you want there. Now, in the adventure mode, there are two features that are very interesting. The first one is bounties, and the second one is Nephalem rifts. Now, Nephalem rifts, I'll get into that in just a second, but for right now we're going to talk about bounties and what it is that you get out of doing that and what bounties are. Well, bounties are kind of like rewarding quests in a sense that they say, go and do this and you can get that. Kind of like a quest in many games that you've played. But what are some of the things in there, and what kind of things will you be doing, and what kind of items will you be getting? Well, in the bounties, you have 5 bounties per act, so 25 bounties total. Now, I don't know if like every day they're going to refresh and they're going to, you're going to have 25 new ones every day, kind of like doing a daily thing or something like that. They didn't really go that in depth with it. Hopefully in the future they will. So if they do in the future and you're watching this 3 months from now, then obviously you would know that information. What are the bounties? How do you get bounties? What are the rewards behind bounties? Well, bounties pretty much go like this. So they're going to say, okay, go to this area and kill a boss, or go to this area and do events, or go to this area and kill a unique pack, or go to this area and clear an underground dungeon. Now, those are some of the things those are examples of things that you would be doing. So, for instance, they would give you a bounty to go and kill Asmodan in Act 3, and then you would get rewards. Now, what rewards do you get? Well, there's a couple different ones. The ones that you're pretty much expecting to get is you're getting bonus XP, bonus gold. You get quite a bit of gold, quite a bit of XP from doing this, and obviously you get items that drop off of these bosses or elite packs or whatever the case may be that has been given to you for these bounties. But you also get Rift Keystones. Now, Rift Keystones are used in the Nephalem rifts, which we'll get into in just a second, but that's pretty much how the bounties work. Is they set you up with essentially a quest to do. You go and do the quest, you kill whatever the objective is, and then you get the rewards. Now, as far as like a doing that over and over and over again. I think a lot of players are going to do it over and over and over again, like nowadays where we farm elites to get demonic essences. You're going to be doing these bounties over and over again to try and get rift keystones. Now, what are rift keystones, or what are they used for? Now, rift keystones are used for Nephalem rifts, which is aka loot runs. You guys may have heard of that in the past, where they said we're going to have these loot runs where you can go and get a bunch of loot, and it's just more exciting. There's waves of mobs and everything like that, but they've given it the name Nephalem Rifts. So with these rift keystones, you'll be able to create portals. You go into these portals, and you go through a stage or a number of stages. There's up to 10 levels in each Nephalem Rift, and there's always one boss. I believe they said it's at the end of it, but the boss spawns. And now we're going to get into that in just a second, why that's something interesting. So by doing these Nephalem Rifts, you're going to get additional loot. You could be able to kill a bunch of treasure goblins and lots of mobs. Like, each level is going to vary. Some may have less mobs, some may have more, and pretty much it's going to be the way to farm loot. Just from what I've seen from the developers talking about, that's pretty much how we're going to get all of the loot that we're going to get. You're just pretty much going to do bounties as much as possible, get as many rift keystones as you can, and open as many rifts as you can, and go in and farm as much loot as you can. So pretty much that's going to be the future of farming in Diablo 3 and Reaper of Souls. The interesting thing about these rifts is that they are pretty unique and they look pretty fun from what I've seen. When you get to near the end of the rift and the boss is supposed to spawn soon, the thing that makes it very interesting is that when you're killing all these trash mobs and you're killing these elites and stuff like that, and you're just clearing out this whole Nephalem rift, the boss will spawn. And when he spawns, you could be in the middle of killing a pack or in the middle of killing a bunch of trash mobs. And in the past, boss fights have been very simple, except for like maybe the first 2 weeks of Diablo 3. After that, boss fights are you just mow it down and it's super easy. But imagine you're killing 2 elite packs at the same time, a bunch of trash mobs, and then the butcher spawns right beside you. It's going to make it a lot more difficult, so it'll be very interesting to see where that all pans out and what kind of loot and stuff like that we're going to get from all of this. Now, in the video that I'm talking about next, which the annotation will be on the top right of the screen, I'm going to be talking about all of this stuff right here. And it's going to be changes to classes and also items, talking about Loot 2.0, how items are going to work, how some items are going to be very special. I really like what they're doing with items in the upcoming expansion with Loot 2.0 and all that kind of stuff, so make sure you look into that. If there is a video on the top left of the screen, that's the one I made just before this, so you can go back and look at the one I made before this. If there's one on the top right, you can go and take a look at the next one that's coming up, or you can just go to the playlist down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed. I'm putting out a lot of these videos. I want to get you guys up to date on everything. There is limited information on this stuff, so I'm trying to give you guys as much as I possibly can, but from my impression of the entire thing of BlizzCon, it was more of like what we can't do than more than what we're going to do. There was a lot of situations in BlizzCon where they spent 30 minutes talking about the art and concept of these and that, but I'm like, what about the gameplay? What about the features? What about the items? What about PvP? Well, I'm going to talk more about that in an upcoming video. Because they did tell us some stuff about that. So look forward to that, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. My name is Shinobi, and until next time, thanks for watching.